When I was younger, I was always nervous when I played. I would panic when somebody big and fast was charging at me. But then I got older and I started doing these 6 things that completely changed my game. I went from barely playing at all on my team to one of the best players in my region. Welcome back to the channel, or just welcome if you're new. One of the biggest reasons you panic in games is because you're not being challenged enough in training. In practice, we don't feel the same amount of pressure we feel in games. We don't care as much about winning, losing, or making mistakes because it doesn't go on your record. And no matter how good or bad you're playing, you still are training the entire time. I mean, you're never getting pulled out and being told to go sit on the bench unless you're doing really bad. But in games, we feel the pressure because we want to win. We care. We're worrying because if we make a mistake, maybe we're going to get yelled at by the coach, or we'll get subbed out, or we just cost the team and we lose the game. In order to prepare for that pressure, you have to train differently. You have to train in a way that challenges you. One of the best ways to do this is by training with older and more advanced players. Most of the time, these older players are faster, stronger, and more athletic. This raises the intensity and the tempo of the game. When you train in this environment, you're forced to think and play quicker, which will help you with your decision making and your speed of play. But it'll also sharpen your touch, making you a better technical player. When you're playing with better players, a bad touch gets punished immediately. You'll make mistakes, but you'll learn from them and you'll grow as a player. Then, when you go back to playing with people your own age, the game will feel slower, almost like it's in slow motion. And this will help you feel more calm and composed on the ball. Playing against older and better players will help you improve your speed of play. But you also need to improve the technical side of your game so that way you're able to execute under pressure. This is where all that dribbling, first touch, and ball mastery training becomes essential. You're able to make decisions quicker now, but you also need the skills to back it up. And that's where our video sponsor will completely change your game. Meet F-Pro, the ultimate home training system designed by UEFA certified coaches to help kids train like pro academy players from home. The mobile app has over 200 training drills that will completely transform your game physically, technically, and mentally. By using F-Pro for just 20 minutes a day, 72% of players improve their dribbling, first touch, and decision making, while 83% of players also improve their agility and speed. The best part for you specifically is that 88% of players using F-Pro felt less stressed before playing in games, allowing them to play with more composure and confidence. This is something I wish I had when I was younger because I wasted years of development because I never wanted to train on my own. I spent way too much of my time playing games like FIFA or Clash Royale when I could have been using that time to get better. The best part about F-Pro is that it makes training fun by turning it into a game. Every time you train, you gain XP, trophies, and can level up to compete with other players around the world or your friends and teammates. For just $7 a month, you're getting access to top quality training, and they even have a 30-day money-back guarantee. No risk, and I love that because they know once you try it, you'll love it. And by using my link in the description, you'll get 20% off your purchase. Thank you, F-Pro, for sponsoring the channel, and thank you guys for supporting me and the channel by checking them out. While training with older players is fantastic, you can't do it all the time, but you can still recreate that intensity on your own. Use drills that make training short, fast, and demanding. For example, when you're practicing shooting, don't just take a touch out of your feet and then shoot. That's great for improving your technique, but it doesn't help you execute when you're under the pressure of playing in game. Make these drills more game realistic by adding things like sharp movement, defenders, or making a decision, something that forces you to play quickly under pressure. The more often you train in high pressure situations, the more calm and confident you'll feel when the real moment comes in games. And that's what Composure is. It's being so familiar with pressure that it just feels natural. That's why pros have so much composure. They've played for tens of thousands of hours, making everything instinctual. The other way you need to replicate this on your own is by training in tight spaces. Think about it. You never feel nervous when you have tons of time and space on the ball. You get nervous when pressure is coming in hard and fast. So training in tight spaces is the best way to simulate that feeling on your own. It forces you to move the ball quickly and constantly scan your surroundings. Drills like the Ronaldinho dribbling drill is perfect for individual training, and tight space 1v1s are amazing for developing calmness and comfort on the ball. All you need is a good teammate to make sure you're challenging yourself when you do them. They're great because they teach you how to play with composure by forcing you to try to create separation and play your way out of pressure. Now, this is somewhat related, but one thing that really helped me when I was younger was playing small-sided, like 4v4, on a very small field. The smaller, the better, since it means that you'll have less time and space on the ball and that you'll constantly be under pressure. This is a great way to get comfortable with being under pressure. And that's the key. You're never going to be able to remove the feeling of pressure because you care about playing well, winning, and being successful. But you can get comfortable with the feeling of pressure, where it no longer makes you feel nervous, you crave it. And that's when you'll notice that you're playing with calmness and composure. Now, you can't develop this calmness overnight. It takes a ton of time and practice to get there. One thing that really helped me was making a commitment to train 30 minutes every single day. Rain or shine, whether it's hot or cold, every day. No excuses. And tell somebody, because they'll help hold you accountable. I needed this. Because like I said, when I was younger, I was lazy. I wasted so much of my time playing games like FIFA or Clash Royale, and it costed me from achieving my goals. Would I have gotten there otherwise? I don't know. But I do know that my lack of commitment when I was younger cost me big time. I never got to play for Arsenal, but I did come around eventually, but it was just too late. The turning point came when I committed myself to consistent training sessions, even if it was just 30 minutes a day. While that's short, it helped me build up the habit of practicing every single day. And it snowballed into doing sessions that were higher quality and longer. I started doing 90-minute sessions instead of 30. I started doing gym work and conditioning all on my own. That small commitment started to separate me from everyone else. And I went from barely playing at all for my team to one of the best players in the area. Those things transformed me from a panicked player to one who could play under pressure. But when I got to college, I learned 5 more secrets that took my confidence and my composure to another level. But first, if you could take 2 seconds and hype the video, it's like a super like for small creators, and it's a free and easy way to help your brother out. Thank you. First thing, you need to develop your weak foot. My weak foot used to be useless. It was a kickstand. You know, like on your bike, all I did was balance and stand on it. I never kicked with that thing. But I spent years developing it, and that completely changed my game. I was able to attack in both directions, making it harder for defenders to anticipate what I was going to do on the ball. By the time I graduated, I changed my position, becoming a right-footed player who confidently played left back. Developing my weak foot made me more unpredictable, versatile, and comfortable on the ball. The second thing I started doing far too late was playing pickup games. Playing pickup is one of the best ways to grow. It's a free space to make mistakes without any consequences. You'll have fun and compete, but at the end of the day, no one cares who won. You'll be happy from the fun you just had, and since you know that you're getting better from it, you'll learn creativity, confidence, and composure just by doing that. Now, a lot of people in this YouTube space will talk about the benefits you get by studying pro players, especially the ones that you want to play like. But sometimes, that's not the best use of your time, because they're a lot better than us and the players we play with. I mean, think about it. The game looks completely different with how it's played at the pro levels versus at the lower division pro levels and then at amateur levels. One thing that really helped me was studying the best players on my team or in my league. I watched how they stayed calm, how they moved, and what type of decisions they made under pressure. And by doing this, you'll learn little small habits or patterns that you can immediately incorporate into your game. The next thing you need to do regularly is visualization. It's powerful. Every day before playing in games, I would close my eyes and imagine myself playing confidently, receiving the ball, turning, beating defenders, creating chances, scoring goals. The brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined experiences. Think about the last time you dreamed. You wake up and then you feel like it's real, or you sit there and you're wondering, did that really happen? Visualization works in the same way because it feels real. The more I visualized myself performing under pressure, the more natural it felt when I had to do it in real life. The last thing I did way too late in my career was evolve and extend my training. Starting at 30-minute foundational sessions on juggling, wall passing, and things of that nature is great. But as I got older, I transitioned from the 30-minute sessions to 90-minute sessions. And I wish I would have done it sooner, but I know I wouldn't have stuck to it at the time. But my training evolved, and I started focusing on skills that would help make me a difference maker. 1v1 dribbling, crossing, and shooting, all in game realistic ways. So that way, when those crucial moments came up in games, I was calm, composed, and ready. because I had done it hundreds of times in training. If you want drills that'll translate directly into game impact and help you go from barely playing at all to being one of the best players on your team, then watch this video and dedicate yourself fully to doing this session over a couple weeks or a month and watch what happens.